Good afternoon and welcome everybody. This would be Amateur News Today. I'm John, your host, and today is Friday. We made it. It is time for all the love and the feel goods and the rest. But before you get that rest, please make sure you do the things to help me feel your love and make me feel good. Click that like, click the subscribe. And I promise you, once you do, you're going to feel better for it. And with that, let's just roll right into our stories. Our first story today comes from Excelsior, Minnesota, at the Suburban Restaurant, a restaurant which claims to have a labor-inducing burger that has helped 31 women give birth. They say that this labor-inducing burger is capable of making heavily pregnant women go into labor within 24 hours of eating it. Now, being a dad myself and having, I guess, being the side by side, because I wasn't the one who was pregnant, I remember towards the end, my wife at the time was very much done with being pregnant. It would have basically done anything to have given birth and just been done with the pregnancy. And I'm certain if we had this restaurant in our town, we would have probably eaten there and had our kid a lot sooner. But if you really think about it, how does it come to be that a burger becomes famous for helping women go into labor? Well,
All started with Kelsey Carberg, co-owner of the Suburban, when she was taste testing new burgers 2 weeks before her due date.
I ate the whole cheeseburger and probably finished around 8 p.m. that night. And by 2 a.m., I had gone into labor with this little guy here.
The legend of the Labor Inducer Burger was born.
so if you live anywhere other than Excelsior, Minnesota, and want to know what the ingredients are, they say the burger is made with, of course, beef, caramelized onions, spicy Cajun marmalade, mustard, and honey cured bacon. It's all wrapped up in a pretzel bun. So go to your local grocery store if you're looking to try to replicate this and get your labor going now. There's the ingredients. Just know that as you make this burger at home and actually try to induce your labor with food, there's no scientific proof that actually works. It's more mental, more emotional. So if it works for you, great. If you have given birth or have a old wives' tale, what have you, a method to help people go into labor, comment down below. I would love to hear what your story is and what you have to share, because there's all kind of things. I've heard people say walking, eating spicy food. What's your story? Now, our next story is a little different. It comes from a website that I can't pronounce, so it's just going to be linked down below. And it's talking about how the car company Audi wants to start charging a monthly fee or an annual fee to use add-on features like navigation. What's amusing about this is Audi wants to present this subscription service for things like navigation as some kind of futuristic thing, as if somehow TomTom back in the day didn't exist, or now Google Maps doesn't exist. And for this futuristic add-on, the navigation alone, $85 a month. Yeah, you could take your cell phone, key it in, and it'll just take you right to where you're going. Or you can go super old school and use MapQuest, if that's still a thing. People who are Gen X's and millennials, you'll remember MapQuest. But man, $85 for what we already have programmed into this, that's a steep price. However, they're going to offer you a discount at $849 a year if you do it annually. This leads into a much larger discussion, especially with how everything is going subscription service. It seems that we are going in a direction of where people are not actually going to own anything. You won't own your home, you won't own your car, you won't own anything. Now, it's going to be owned by somebody who, that remains to be seen. However, the way it's trending is eventually you, me, everyone, we're not truly going to own anything. Think about this now. If navigation can be charged up to $85 a month as a futuristic add-on and, doing us plebes a favor. What happens to other things that they want to charge as a service? What do they say? Your airbag can't work unless you pay a fee. It'll be in your car. It'll be there, but it's not actually going to deploy unless you pay a fee. Or you can't turn your radio on unless you pay a fee. When we start getting to all of these subscription services, where does it stop? At what point? Because I feel like there has to be a line at some point. Now that we're getting to things like navigation and other pieces, and the thing I mentioned about an airbag, I read an article not too long ago where motorcyclists can buy this jacket that inflates if the jacket senses that it's tilting too far and that you're about to crash. However, while it is filled with the airbag that you need, you have to pay a subscription service for it to actually work. Think about that as to what eventually becomes a subscription service. Will your refrigerator not open unless you pop in a dime? I mean, I know that sounds ridiculous, but we live in a hyper-capitalistic society, so everything's for profit. Where do we draw the line down the road? I would love to hear your thoughts on this. Are you pro subscription service for everything? Anti? Do you believe you should be able to own stuff, or that do you care? Comment down below. I'd like to hear your thoughts on this. The last thing I'm going to talk about today is nostalgia for Generation X and millennials again. He-Man, one of my absolute favorite cartoons as a kid. I had the toys. I had the sword. I was, by the power of Grayskull. I mean, that was me. I lived the life minus the leather underpants and all the other weirdness that went with it. He-Man is making a comeback in July on Netflix. The name of the show is going to be Masters of the Universe Revelation. And somebody created a art gallery of He-Man and Skeletor. The name of the gallery is He-Man and Skeletor Bros Forever. I will show you one picture here so you can go to the story down below and just look at all this greatness together. And that's it for this week. I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. Thank you for stopping by. And until the next time, take care.